This picture shows the tools needed for gearbox debugging. First, take a piece of solder wire. Second, place the solder wire on the rack, then push the crossbeam. Flatten the solder wire into a thin sheet. Remove the pressed solder wire sheet. Measure the thickness of the solder wire sheet using a micrometer. At this time, the thickness of the solder wire sheet is 0.1 millimeters. It is known from the measurement that the thickness of the solder wire sheet does not meet the standard, and it needs to be adjusted with an Allen wrench. Adjust until the screw is loose. Loosen the adjustment bolt. Adjust the adjustment bolt. Fasten the adjustment bolt. After debugging, take another piece of solder wire. Place the solder wire on the rack and push the crossbeam to flatten it into a thin sheet. Remove the solder wire sheet and measure it. The measurement result is 0.04 millimeters within the qualified standard. After the debugging is qualified, use a torque wrench to fix the gearbox. Adjust the torque wrench to 50 Nm. When the torque wrench makes a clicking sound during the adjustment process, the debugging is completed. Fix the remaining 3 screws in the same way after fixing. After fixing, take another piece of solder wire again. Flatten the solder wire into a thin sheet using the same method. Measure the thickness of the solder wire sheet again with a micrometer. After the measurement verification, the thickness of the solder wire sheet is 0.04 millimeters. After 2 measurements following the debugging, the data both meet the standard, and the debugging is complete.